Hi, this is JT from Woodworks Lexington. Today I'll show you how I refinish acoustic drums. The goal of this process is not only to make the drum look better, but to sound better as well, and we'll record and analyze that improvement scientifically. The drum we'll be using is a 12-inch tom from a Mapex Venus drum set. About 20 years old, a little dusty, but we'll breathe new life into it. Let's get started.
To get started here, we're going to take all the hardware off the drums, starting with the hoops and the heads. And the same process as if you were changing out your heads. You're just going to loosen up all your tension rods all the way, and take off the hoop, and take off the head. And we're going to flip it over and do the same thing to the bottom. Loosen up all those tension rods. Take everything off. All right. Once you've got your hoops and your heads off, then you start undoing your lugs. You can use any kind of drill. You got this little wheelie thing we found at Home Depot here. Even a home screwdriver will work. Just work your way around the drum, undoing all the screws. Pull the piece of hardware off, flip it over, rinse, repeat, until you have every piece of metal taken off of the wooden hoop. All right, looking good. Got all the hardware off. Now we got to get this vinyl wrap off. And it makes it easier if you apply a heat gun to it. Loosen up the glue, make it nice and easy to come off there. And it'll be attached at the other end of the vinyl wrap as well. Get that on off. And you're stuck with a wooden cylinder, nice and clean, looking good. And we're just going to sand it up here. Knock off any imperfections that may be on the surface. And we're going to take it over the table saw. I like cutting my drums to phi ratio, the toms at least. It's a nice little piece of sacred geometry that helps the drum resonate the most. Other options are to make the drum as deep as it is wide, or a variant somewhere in between. Today I'm going with a 12-inch drum. The depth will be about 7 7/8. We've got it cut now. And we've cut off the bottom bearing edge, so we're going to have to redo that with the mini router here. Using a round over around the outer edge. Give it somewhere close to a 45-degree angle. And we're going to reset it, raise the table up a little bit for the inner angle. Giving it a 45, but slightly rounded. And there, as you can see, the edge is no longer squared off. And we're going to hand sand it down to get a little more rounded, transfer a little bit more vibration into the shell of the drum. Make sure to hit the inside. And we're going to clean it off with some mineral spirits here. This will get off any gunk, any glue that may be still on the outside, and we'll take off any oil that may still be in the wood. Make a nice clean surface to put some stain on. And going with some black stain. Took off black vinyl. We're going to put on some black stain. And just gently apply it around that side of the drum here. And along the inside. Don't forget about the inside. Alright. And we're going to finish it with the water-based acrylic. It's important it's acrylic as opposed to polyurethane. The acrylic dries more rigid and hard, so it transfers resonance much better than a gummy polyurethane would. And use several layers along the outside as well as the inside, like a nice acrylic shell around that drum shell. Now we're going to measure off to drill our new holes. Since we cut the bottom off of the drum, we've got to drill new holes for the hardware. Make sure they mirror the top. Any kind of drill will do. We're using a 12-volt impact driver. And then I chose to countersink the holes just to make the hardware a little bit easier to go in. Now here we see we're washing the old hardware as opposed to replacing it with new. This is just a gentle detergent with a Brillo pad. Scrub the hoops. A little bit of vinegar will take out the stubborn spots. And we're going to scrub all the rest of the hardware as well, all the lugs, all the tension rods, this mounting hardware here. Give it a nice scrub, get all the gunk off. Shining up real nice, looking good. Yeah, great, looking great. Scrubbing a tension rod. All right, here we go. Shell's looking great, shiny. It's got to be at least 10 layers of acrylic on the outside. We're going to put the hardware back on now. Nice clean hardware. It's going to be a snug fit. You may have to tap it in with a light, soft mallet. And take your drill, screw it back in. If you're using a torque drill, make sure your torque setting is nice and low so you don't split the wood. All right, here we go. Little Ryobi. No torque setting, but it gives right about where it should, right before where the wood would split. Alright, and then we're going to make a custom gasket for the mounting hardware here. And you can do this for all of your lugs as well. Just take a nice piece of rubber, whatever you got laying around, lay your hardware on top, cut out the silhouette with a X-Acto knife, a box cutter, tear it out, and it fits the bottom of the hardware perfectly. You may need to stab a couple more holes so it goes in. And we're just going to screw that on in there. The gasket will prevent vibrations from traveling from that hardware into the shell of the drum and vice versa. So now we're putting the hoops and the heads back on. You can see those are nylon washers we're putting on the tension rods, replacing the metal washers. The nylon ones tend to hold the tune of the drum better, as well as prevent vibrations from traveling from the head into the lugs and deadening the resonance. So we're going to tighten up the heads just a finger tight. We're not tuning it quite yet. Flip it over. We're going to put on the bottom head, bottom hoop. And again, every tension rod on the bottom is going to get a nylon washer as well. Screw them on in there. Get everything finger tight, then grab the drum key. Tighten everything up, finger tight, and voila, looking great. Got the clean hardware, the nice refinish, a little bit shorter than it used to be. I'm gonna wave it around in slow motion here for a second. Oh, damn, looking good. Yeah, that's a good looking drum right there. All right. Just saw and heard the before and after hits, before refinishing and after refinishing the drum. We see that after the drum is refinished, according to the spectrum analyzer and our ears, there's a more robust low end, a little more bass around the 150 and less roll-off. We see a more open mid-range, as well as more character and air in the higher frequencies. So definite improvement on the frequencies given out. Feels better on the ear. And in addition to the spectrum analysis, we're going to look at the waveforms, and we see that the wave is a little bit thicker after refinishing. It's a more fuller wave pattern and a more uniform dissipation in the resonance, as well as resonance lasting several seconds longer.
And there you have it, my complete drum refinishing process from beginning to end. And we've shown that this process improves both the look and the sound of the drum. Now this is something that anyone can do, but if you prefer I do it for you, contact JT at Woodworks Lexington and visit our website at woodworkslexington.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.